serial killer of United States, both Sun Aquarius and rising Aquarius, Venus Aquarius. And I see Venus, you see, because they are attractive in a way. So you see this guy as well, Venus and Pluto conjunction on ascendant. They're very attractive. Then again, what we see here, Pluto Mars square. Again, is he was wetting his bed until the age of 14. Mostly serial killers. We see that for McDonald's trio. Yeah, McDonald's trio. We said that is wetting their beds and setting fire and torturing animals. Most of them see these symptoms. And he was wetting his bed until the age of 14, and his mother was embarrassing him in front of friends and other people, and he had a kind of a relationship with his mother, it's a hate and love-and-hate relationship, and so he does with the prostitutes. So again, what's
was he married for a long time, and didn't his wife refuse to believe he was a serial killer when they caught him?
He lived married 3 times actually, and several very high, this is another cliche, the people saying that serial killers have very high IQ. No, he has very low IQ, but very high libido. Actually, this is much more common. But he has the most common and most common Mars he has, you see, Pisces here. And Jupiter again, what we see here again, diabolic trine from 8 from Saturn to Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Capricorn again, and detriment position or fall position. And although I'm using whole sign, I see the planets, if they are very far from the ascendant, I see them on 12. So I have a tendency to see that Mercury in 12. So, and I will tell another thing, it's also very important. At here, place, yeah. Coin counts. It's quite important. Especially what I see, mostly, not every serial killer, but most of them has coin counts between malefic planets and either Mercury or Moon. The nature of coin counts aspect is, there are 2 energies, there are 2 different energies, even they don't see each other, they cannot understand each other, so different energies. So the person in his mind is just trying to combine these 2 different energies in his mind, but it's a futile activity because it's not possible. So the coin counts is also very common in serial killer charts. So my last example is from UK, of course. is Yorkshire Ripper. Any of them? Any of you know him?
Not personally.
Werner?
He's just been in the news recently.
Oh yeah?
Well, because he's been moved back back to prison from hospital. He's now considered sane enough to be in prison.
He's a good example. Sorry. Yes, please.
When I was younger, people used to say they were afraid of me because I looked like Norman Bates in Psycho.
Oh, really?
So I grew a beard, and then the very next comedy show I went to, the comedian picked me up and called me Peter Sutcliffe.
He's a handsome guy. Yeah, really. It's a compliment. He could killer of 13 women. And he's a good example of typical serial killer because he has a typical sun, you see, Gemini, and typical rising Sagittarius, and Mercury Uranus conjunction. You can see the Uranus again here. It's captured Mercury and Sun here, and the 7th house is an angular house. It's quite strong here, you can say. And he has the typical, very common map, how to say, chart type, which is chart type, you know the chart types? Bundle. So we have a bundle type of chart. The planets are just in the 1/3 of the chart. So, which means that this person is very concentrated. Again, there is another thing here. Again, where it's showing that very concentrated, very genuine energy is moon aspect. The very common moon aspect that I see is new moon. What we say about moon, most common was Aries, and the new moon energy is Aries energy. It's quite concentrated energy. So once again, what we can say here, Mars and Pluto in the 9th house. We said that 9th house is very focal there. Again, the planets are seeing each other, either sextile or, trine. So there is no confrontation, there is no conflict. The person himself. It's a very interesting story he has actually. Again, a problem with mother. He had very good connection with his mother until the age of 21, and she was cheating her husband, and husband is just asking all the family to come to a club, maybe you know the story, and then in front of their children say that your mother is a whore, so she will just take out all her lingerie from her bag, and you'll see you're a whore, and it's just family tragedy. And after that, he's getting married and normal truck driver. He's continuing his normal life during the day, but at night he's killing prostitutes, and then he starts to kill just normal people, normal women, and even young girls. So again, south node here, we see again to moon, coincunx aspect, connection coming from the 1st house, and partile degree, moon and Saturn in 8th house. Although moon in Cancer is a good position, but in 8th and partile conjunction with Saturn.
Being between Pluto and Saturn.
Yeah. Again. So, more or less, we have the pattern, no? So, we have an idea of these characteristics we said here, and then we will, let's combine this jigsaw. Ascendant is Sagittarius, the most common one. What is the ruling planet of Sagittarius? Jupiter. And Gemini ruling Mercury. Aries, Pisces, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Mercury. Seriously? Actually, it's so simple. Zeus and his illegitimate child and legitimate child. They're just making all business. And you see here, is the serial killing is mostly men business. You see? Sorry. You've seen also women, but they're not so much into description, because women normally they have business, as always. So they have targets. So they're not going and, there are some, but very few. So I will be talking about women serial killers too. In this talk, what I see is that mostly the serial killers are coming from men. So men business. So still we have time. My last example will be coming from called the Ogre of Ardennes. It's called Michel Fourniret. He was killing mostly young girls, very young girls, and two of the victims were found buried in the garden of his chateau. And he was a child of an separated parents, and he was living with his mother. And mother was abusing him. So generally that's the case. The serial killers are wounded people. So he was abused by his mother, and he became an abuser. So he was abusing little girls. But he was not killing before meeting with his wife. So I said that serial killers are not mostly women, but women are mostly accomplices. So we will see the connection with them.
She was helping him.
Yeah, she was helping him. Yeah, we will see later. Let's see first his potential actually, but it was not activated until he met to his wife. So what we see here again, all the characteristics that we can talk about. Let me go back there. We said that Mars, Jupiter, partile degree, Chiron, Pluto in 9th house, we see, and through the ascendant, you see he has the most common rising sign, Sagittarius, and you see from the 9th house there is a nice trine there, so he's just repeating the same behavior he learned from his mother. So mother is Scorpio, you see, and this squaring on the 12th house. And what else we see? Mars and Jupiter, they are both in partile conjunction in 7th. So actually we have the clue here. So the Mars and Jupiter connection. So this is the 7th house is the house of partners, the spouse. So we can expect something will be coming from the 7th house because Mars and Jupiter is in 7th. What else we see here? What about Saturn and Uranus? Saturn was a god who was he was eating his children, and he was called Ogre. Ogre is the Celtic beast who is eating children. And Saturn here, what degree is that? 25. 26 degree is Algol, fixed stars. I should edit actually, I forgot to mention about it. Fixed stars also very important. I see a lot of Algol, Faces, and Capulus, a lot in the charts of the connection with Mars. Actually, going back to chart of our serial killer, Turkish serial killer, you see Mars here, 26 degrees Taurus, and I said that is decapitated his parents. Algol is decapitation. So this is the cut head of Medusa. So,
Is he alive or prison still or dead?
I will not tell you. She's in prison. But most of the serial killers in Turkey, no, they are not.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, going back to this chart, Uranus. Actually, Algol is just in midpoint of Uranus and Saturn. And Saturn is not so good with his children, but so does Uranus. Uranus was also very perfectionist god. He was mating with his mother, and all the children, they were so imperfect, and he tried to push them back to the home of their mother. Uranus also has a kind of condition, let's say, mental condition. So in that midpoint, we can see the planet fixed star Algol. What else we can say? Mercury again is in detriment in Pisces, and most importantly, what we have in opposition